Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Healing Our Homes podcast. This episode is episode 9. We are going to be talking about the role of routines in our healing journeys. I'm so excited for this episode. I have so many small parts in my routines that I'm ready to break down. But we are here with Ashleigh and Felicia and me, Amanda. We are going to be talking about how routines can kickstart or guide you through a healing journey. I feel like my healing journey would not have been so impactful if I didn't have laid out routines. For me, it was therapy. Therapy low-key gave me a mental health routine that I could use for the healing journey. You go get all of these tools based exactly on your personal experiences that you can apply to your daily life. And if you've been to therapy, you know. If you haven't been, you now know. You leave with so many ideas and, again, tools to just put in your emotional toolbox. Like we talked about last episode, you just don't know what you don't know. If you just feel at a total loss, go to a therapist for real and ask them, what can I incorporate in my own personal routine that would help me begin a healing journey?
I absolutely agree, Amanda. I think routines are something that you don't realize are helpful, and sometimes they can be intimidating. Reading a book sounds, you look at a book that has maybe 300 pages, and it's like, how am I going to get through that whole thing? Well, you can start small and you can make a promise to yourself to read 5 pages before you go to bed. That might take you, 10 minutes? More than likely, you're probably going to want to keep reading if it's a good book, especially. And so it's about slowly building up to those things, recognizing that like small steps are what's going to ultimately get you to the larger goal. I think it can really just kickstart your healing journey, because once you start to do something and incorporate it into a routine of yours and recognize the way that it's benefiting you, it's almost like you want to seek out just all of these other things that you can incorporate to keep feeling better, because you do recognize you're feeling better, and this is actually beneficial, no matter how hesitant you might be to start that because you're intimidated by it.
I feel like that is the biggest thing, is that routines are very intimidating. So for a long time, for me personally, I spent a long time being intimidated by them altogether. So like basically not even trying. And then anytime I would try, it would be okay, I'm gonna start doing this, this, and this, and this. And it's like, okay, it's so important with everything to just really start truly with one step. Like even just one, ditching the all or nothing attitude as far as anything for me, healing wise, or just like everyday life, has been honestly hard. I didn't realize that I did it with everything until I started like paying more attention. But I do. It's at first it was the gym, and then it was like my house. And then Ashley was talking about, reading a book, like especially for people who are like, "Oh, I'm not really like a reader. Like I don't really like to read." Like I know a lot of people say that, and it always honestly genuinely, as a book lover, I'm sad. But so have you tried like audiobooks? Like do you listen to podcasts? Like just cuz I think that they're just like so relaxing, and it's like something to truly just help you stay almost in the moment, I think is what it is like so relaxing about it for me. In 2022, my New Year's resolution was to if you want to call it that. I didn't even call it that. But like my goal was to be more present. And honestly, nothing has helped like starting and finally like accomplishing having a routine. Like I have started and like and failed so many times. So that's important to remember, because, we're not always going to, hit it off right away. But not only that, it's just like I said, starting with one at a time. So the accountability challenge came up for the self-care space, and I was so excited because I was like, all right, I'm doing it this time. So I started with journaling and just like daily movement. So movement could be like me walking, me doing yoga, me stretching, like whatever. Journaling was really huge. And that's, like Amanda was talking about, it's so important to have multiple tools. Different tools are more useful for some situations than others. And it's really just kind of a matter of like figuring out what tools work for you, and then just, obviously figuring out which ones work for whatever scenario. If you just pick one small one and you start, I think we did that for a month. And then the next month I added in screen free time, which that was really hard. But honestly, that was so helpful because I was doing it at night. I was looking forward to it. like at the end, in the beginning, I won't lie, it was kind of hard. It helped me with staying more present. I was like, wow, it was just exactly what I needed. And I'm glad that I picked it, even though I'm not gonna lie, I was intimidated because I'm like, what if I pick it and I don't stick with it? But I did. And I'm honestly really proud of myself for that one. Another really important part of building a routine, making sure that it is flexible. I didn't get upset with myself when I started doing the daily movement because like a walk wasn't always possible. And then also I'm a waitress. So sometimes it's just like I don't want to take a walk. Like I do want to take a walk, but my feet are tired and I just want to I'd rather sit down. So, and that's when I just kind of started alternating in between like walking and stretching or yoga. And yeah, it was really helpful that it was flexible for me personally.
I have to expose myself and talk. Oh, that sounds so terrible. But I mean, in like the sense of Felicia having said, some people tell her, I'm not a big reader. And Ashley even mentioned how she loves reading books. And I am not a big reader. I've got a couple of books and I finished like one of them. And it was like a workbook that I just felt like FOMO so hard and wanted to finish. So I was like, engaged. But all of that to say, when it comes to having adaptable and flexible routines, when you think about building habits, you've got to reframe the mindset of I've got to do this specific thing on this specific day at this specific time every single day until I feel it like doing it habitually. I was that person, and I think it's because I struggle with perfectionism. Because of that, whenever I realize that I can do things differently or at different times, for example, the skincare routine, some mornings I can wake up late in the day, and instead of doing my skincare routine straight away, I can go fix myself a glass of water, or I can go eat breakfast and get a drink of water and then bring everything, back around to doing the skincare once the day has gone into it a little bit. I struggled with that a lot in the beginning, but I have come to realize that it helps me with my consistency when I give myself some slack. Because at that point, if I'm not putting the pressure on myself to accomplish this thing at a specific time or do it the same way every single time, when I tell you guys, I have like a 6 to 8 step skincare routine, and I've got to remind myself that I don't have to do all of the steps every single time. And because if I think about it like that, I get overwhelmed. And also, either I won't do a nighttime routine that day because I did so much in the morning that it's fine. I don't do it at night, or the next morning, I'm like, I did my entire nighttime routine last night. I can do a little less this morning, and I just need to make sure, like Felicia said, that all in mentality can really take away from the actual impact of the goal and can take away from how much action you really take, in my opinion, at least in my experience as well.
Yes, I think you're absolutely right, Amanda, that it can. And I feel like planning certain things so meticulously and like, oh, I have to do it, having that mindset is sometimes what makes it intimidating. And so I do think it's so important. Flexibility is so important with your habits and your routines, because we've said in so many past episodes, like we've talked about it before, how you're going to have bad mental health days and good mental health days. And it's all about just meeting yourself where you're at. And so if you don't feel like doing your whole 8-piece skincare routine, do the first 2 steps, or just do, clean the face and moisturize. That's all, the basics. We're taking care of our skin regardless, even if you don't do all the steps all the time. And so that's what's important, is recognizing that Eddie's going crazy back.
I love Eddie and I am his biggest fan. I will never not bring Eddie up, and I love that he's voicing his opinion and his support for you as well.
He is. He sure is.
So as far as like the flexibility goes, I have undiagnosed, I'm pretty sure ADD. I'm thinking about going to go get diagnosed just so that I can have a confirmation and maybe possibly some more tools. But music is such a good hack for me during the day, as far as like getting things done, or like maybe getting things that I don't want to do, or just doing things in my routine, like chores. I do not do chores unless there is music playing. I literally won't. I tried to the other day, and I was like, now I remember why I don't do this. Like, because I fucking hate it. Like, it was awful. I was like, this is terrible. And then like the book, like what I've been really good at is been kind of nice is so my kids ride the bus. So when I go out to wait for them in the afternoon, I just take my book outside, and so then I'm already outside, and it's been beautiful because it's finally fall here in Ohio, and it's just nice to sit outside and read. And that's like at least 10 to 15 minutes. And I have to remind myself constantly that 15 to 20 minutes, just because it doesn't feel like a lot of time, like I get stressed. Like let's just say I have to go to work at 4:30. By 3:30, I'm like, I can only focus on the fact that I have to be at work because I don't know that that's just how my brain works. Those are just some things that I use. And then I'm a big alarm person. Brandon laughs because my phone will go off. Like I'll have set an alarm for something random like one day and then I forget to just like turn it off. So then the next day it goes off middle of the day and he's like, "What's that for?" And I'm like, "Oh, yesterday I needed to do this or whatever." And he's just like, "You're too funny." And I'm like, "Otherwise I'll forget."
My favorite freaking routine has got to be my morning routine. Not specific to my skincare, but just my morning routine in general. I am such like a morning person. I feel like whenever I am not only starting my day well, like do I have a good day, but I also feel like my favorite time where I feel most on top of my game is the morning time. And recently I've been waking up earlier. And for those who don't know, I've started working at a juice bar. And I would like to say I've been living like Larry, y'all. It's been so amazing. But as I was saying, my favorite routine has to be my morning routine, just the breakfasts, the skincare, the feeling refreshed after either a morning shower or morning movement, and just taking Bullseye, my English bulldog, out even feels so different in the morning time. It hits different, as the kids would say. So, yes, that has to be my favorite routine.
I think my favorite routine is my walks with Lola. All the days that I take Lola on walks, I just enjoy it so much. It's so peaceful. And I almost like combine it with other just routines that I enjoy. Like sometimes I'll do my breath work on my walk or listen to a podcast or something like that. So combining those helps too, because then it's like, okay, I'm already doing this. I'll do this, right after or at the same time.
Morning walks are the best. I would say that my favorite routine right now, honestly, is my nighttime routine. But I'm trying to like switch it over to my morning routine because now that everyone's gone by like 8:30 a.m., there's just like no reason that I can't take myself on a walk. The weather has been absolutely gorgeous, and I've been out less than I was when it was hot, and that's unacceptable. I don't know how everybody's weather is, but Ohio is this is prime me. I'm thriving in this weather because I'm not sweating to death. We love it. But currently, I usually do my skincare routine. It kind of changes up one or two, but always my skincare, and some kind of like journaling, being present, just kind of, and walks are really good for that too. Sometimes I have over the ear headphones, and so I'll just turn my music off. Just breathe in some fresh air. The morning air, I think, is different. I really don't you like, especially in the fall. Like it's different. And jumping into our small wins for the week. Amanda, do you want to go first?
Yes! Not not Felicia turning her headphones off to enjoy the nature around her, and me having headphones in and turning them off to hear people are talking shit. I want to know if someone's talking about me or my outfit. So I think I'll shift my perspective on why I turn my AirPods off when I'm walking now. But that to be said, my small win for the week that I feel like I should give myself more credit for. I've been a little difficult on myself for not fully committing to my nighttime routine. I feel the opposite of Alicia. I want to commit to my nighttime routine and I'm doing well with my morning routine. So my small win would be being consistent with a morning skincare routine. Also, shout out to Coco Kind Skincare because all of us here today, I love freaking Coco Kind. They're a sustainable skincare brand. If you come look at Ashleigh, Felicia, or my socials, you're definitely gonna see some Coco Kind skincare somewhere. I pinky promise. But yeah, my small win has got to be just doing that morning routine.
I love that so much. Also, yeah, shout out to Coco Kind. Oh my gosh. I think this wasn't going to be my small win, but I will mention it just because you talked about Coco Kind. One of my habits that I didn't really start at the beginning of the month, but there's a reminder you can start a habit anytime, not even the first of the month, not a Monday, not any day, anytime, start it, go for it. Anyway, so I told myself if I wash my face morning and night for 30 days, I could buy myself a whole, skincare haul from Coco Kind. So I have been doing that. I think 10 days maybe already. I don't know. I'll have to check. But that's one win. You know what? That's my win. That's my small win for the week is I'm almost 2 weeks into that. So I should check my bank account because a small haul from Coco kind might turn out it to be like a big haul. Let's be real.
The only downside to Coco Kind being that I want everything. Like what? Um yeah, I am obsessed, and I think that it makes it so much more fun when you find like a brand or like a product that you really enjoy. And shout out to Amanda for me not reading the face wash at all and thinking that I did not like it. I'm like, I don't, guys, I don't know if how I feel about it. And she's like, I'm putting water on my face, and then she's like, oh, I don't think you're supposed to be doing that. And I wasn't. But if I put it on pretty much dry as I can, or just like a little bit damp, because my face stays dry, which growing up I never knew my face being dry would be the reason that my face would be so oily, because I was using like Neutrogena face wash. I'm scarred for life. So let's see, my small win for the week. I'm gonna say tonight, because I haven't been off on a Friday night in so long. And Brandon and I got to go out to dinner, so there were no kids to argue about food or help them when it comes out or any of that. So it was really nice to just kind of like sit down and have a conversation and get to hang out with you guys. I was super excited that we could all record on a Friday. You guys know Friday's my favorite day, even though I usually work.
I don't know who was more excited about Ashleigh's Coco Kind haul, her or us. Like I had to keep myself muted.
Me too.
I literally feel like I'm living through you like a kid on Christmas. I am so excited for you to get that haul. We have got to get an unboxing. Please and thank you. Oh my gosh.
But to try the other cleanser because I haven't got to try it yet.
Wait, what cleanser?
Jelly one. Have you tried it?
I have the jelly cleanser.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you had it.
We're not sponsored in any way.
Yeah.
So give you guys a little, I can give you some. I know it's an exfoliant, right? And you're only supposed to use it maybe once every 3 to 4 days. Okay. But in my opinion, it does not smell as nice as most other Coco Kind products. And just like anyone else, when I'm doing my skincare, when I'm washing my face, whether it's after the gym or at night or in the morning, I sometimes get the product like in my orifices, in my eyeballs, in my nose, in my mouth. So I have accidentally gotten many Coco Kind products in my mouth, and this actually like leaves a really, really bad taste really, really fast. So I'll be totally transparent about that, but it leaves my skin feeling nice. Again, that's my personal opinion. I love the effects, but the smell is not the nicest, and it doesn't taste very good. Don't eat it. Do not eat the AHA jelly cleanser from Coco Kind, but try it out if you'd like. I would also love to know anyone, if you're listening, if you're watching, what are your little small wins for the week? I love hearing all of your responses. And if you feel more inclined, be sure to check out our podcast Instagram. We are more active there for sure on our stories, just posting reels. So we love to engage with you guys there as well. Again, quick shout out to the hosts that aren't here, as well as everybody here. Check out our description for all of our social media details. But thanks again for being here, you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Until next time.
Yay. Thanks so much.